I was pouring myself a cup of coffee when Lena stepped into the kitchen, her heels clicking on the tile like a warning. I smiled at her, the kind of stupid, hopeful smile I always wore. Even after 12-hour shifts. "Morning," I said. She didn't answer. She just leaned against the counter, arms crossed. "Lena?" I asked. "Everything okay?" She looked at me like I'd asked the wrong question. "No," she said, flat. "What do you mean, no?" I asked, concern tightening my chest. "I mean, I can't do this anymore," she said. I laughed, thinking she was joking. "Do what?" "US," she said. Her voice shook, but her eyes were sharp. "I'm done." I froze. "Done? What do you mean, done?" "I can't be with you anymore," she said, taking a step back. I'm leaving." For a moment, the world tilted. "Leaving like moving out?" "No, I'm leaving you," she said, and my chest felt like it had been punched. "I found someone else." I blinked, trying to make sense of it. "What? Who?" She hesitated, then finally said, "Nathan Hale." The words hit me like a freight train. "Nathan, your boss." She nodded. He can give me everything you can't." My hands trembled as I gripped the coffee mug. "Lena, do you even hear yourself? Everything I can't." "He's rich," she said simply. "He's ambitious. I want more, and you're not enough." I shook my head. "Not enough? Lena, we've been together 5 years. You knew me. You knew my dreams. You knew—" My voice cracked. She took a deep breath, like she'd rehearsed this speech 1,000 times. "I love you, but I can't stay with someone who doesn't match my future, match your future." I laughed bitterly. "Do you even know what love is? Is that why you're throwing us away, money?" "It's not just money," she said. "It's opportunity. It's ambition. You're kind, sweet, and all, but I need someone who moves forward. You're stagnant." I sank into a chair, trying to process it. "So, all those nights you told me you loved me, all those plans we made, none of it mattered." "It mattered," she said softly. "But people change, and I changed." I couldn't speak. I just stared at her, the room spinning. My hands clutched the mug until the ceramic burned my fingers. "I don't understand," I said finally. "I thought we were building something together. I thought we were a team." "We were," she whispered, "but I can't do it anymore. Nathan. He can give me what I want. He sees me, really sees me. You never did." I laughed hollowly. "I never did. Lena, I've always loved you. You were my world. My life was better because of you. And now, you just leave me like this?" She looked away, ashamed. "I'm sorry. I shouted, standing. "Sorry doesn't fix this. You just walked into my life, took everything, and destroyed it. And for what? A fancy car? A bigger apartment?" "I didn't mean to hurt you," she said, her voice breaking. "But I had to do this." I felt a scream building in my chest. "Had to? You had a choice. You chose him over me." "Yes," she said, her own tears slipping down. "I chose what I thought was best. I can't go back." I sank to the floor, the coffee forgotten, my hands shaking. I can't believe this is happening. I can't." She reached out. "Please. Don't hate me." I shook my head. I don't know if I can forgive you. I loved you, Lena, and you." She turned and walked toward the door. "I have to go," she said. I sat on the floor, watching her leave. The sound of the door clicking shut echoing like a gunshot. My chest ached. My mind raced. My eyes burned, but no tears came. I just sat there, clutching the floor, feeling hollow, broken, and utterly alone. And in that silence, I realized everything I thought I had was gone. I didn't sleep that night. Or the night after. Or the night after that. Every corner of my apartment smelled like her Lena. Her perfume lingered on the couch, on the pillow I used to hold while she was gone. I kept checking my phone, half expecting a message, half hoping she wouldn't reply. A knock at the door jolted me. "Hey." "Man," Eli said, stepping in without waiting for an answer. You alive in here, or should I call the coroner? I managed a weak laugh. You're early. Very funny. You'd think I'd show up late to watch my best friend drown in self-pity. Eli shook his head. No way. I rubbed my eyes. I don't even know why I'm still here. I feel like I'm just existing. Eli leaned against the wall, arms crossed. Existing. That's it. You're better than that, man. Lena didn't leave because of you. I stared at him. What do you mean? She left because of her greed, her obsession with money. That's it. I laughed bitterly. Greed. She left me for some CEO. She said I wasn't ambitious enough. That I'm stagnant. Stagnant, Eli echoed. Man, you've been working 12-hour shifts, grinding your ass off, dreaming, building. You're not stagnant. She's shallow, that's what she is. I sank onto the couch, burying my face in my hands. I thought I was enough. I really did. You were, Eli said firmly. Enough doesn't matter to people like her. She wanted more than love. She wanted status, fancy dinners, a lifestyle she couldn't earn herself. My throat tightened. It hurts, I feel. Empty. You should, he said softly. You invested your heart, your time. It's okay to hurt. But you can't let this destroy you. I shook my head. I don't even recognize myself anymore. Every memory feels like a knife. You're not broken, Eli said. You're just human. And humans heal. You will, I promise. I tried to laugh, but it came out as a strangled sound. Easier said than done. He crouched in front of me, voice low. I've seen you fight. You're stronger than you think. This isn't the end. I exhaled shakily. I feel like it is. And everyone at work. They know, they gossip. They laugh behind my back because of her. Nathan. He humiliated me today, in front of everyone. Eli's jaw tightened. I told you, man. That place doesn't deserve you. You're better off walking away. I quit, I admitted. I walked out while they were all staring. You did the right thing, he said, clapping a hand on my shoulder. No one should watch you suffer for someone else's drama. I laughed dryly. Drama, it's worse than that. I feel like I failed. Like I let everything slip away. You didn't fail, Eli said. You're just surviving, and surviving is the first step to winning. Don't forget that. I leaned back, staring at the ceiling. I don't even know who I am without her. You're the guy who fought, the guy who loved, the guy who gets back up, Eli said. That's who you are, not some broken shell waiting for her to text you. I swallowed hard. It's just lonely, and I feel so weak. You're not weak, he said firmly. Weak is staying in that apartment, crying alone every night. You're leaving it? You're talking? You're breathing. That's strength. I let the silence settle for a moment, feeling my chest unclench slightly. Thanks, Eli. I needed that. Anytime, man. But listen, don't let her story define yours. She left. Fine. Now write your own chapter. One that doesn't need her. I nodded, a bitter smile forming. Yeah, one day. Maybe I will. Eli clapped me on the back. Starting today, buddy. Starting today. I walked to the window later that night. Rain was falling, washing the streets outside, and I let it soak into my thoughts. I'd face humiliation, gossip, betrayal, and heartbreak. But, for the first time, I felt a spark. A small one, but it was there. I'm not done yet, I whispered to myself, staring at the dark, wet streets. Not done. I was sitting on the curb outside the cafe, my jacket soaked from the drizzle, staring at my phone like it held the answers to everything. My account balance flashed in red, and I could practically hear my landlord's voice threatening to kick me out. Hey, are you looking for a job? A calm voice said. I looked up and saw a woman, mid-30s, glasses perched on her nose, holding a folder. Yeah, I said, embarrassed. I mean, I was just asking the manager if they had part-time work. She smiled slightly. I heard. You sounded stressed. I shrugged. You could say that. I'm Mira, she said, extending a hand. Mira Collins. I run a small tech incubator down the street. You're not looking for a cafe job, are you? I laughed nervously. I mean, I guess I'd take anything right now. She tilted her head. Anything? You don't seem like the anything type. Tell me, what have you worked on? What do you care about? I hesitated. I had an idea a while back. Software for small businesses. Helping them manage clients, schedules, finances. I wrote it down in a notebook, but it never went anywhere. She raised an eyebrow. A notebook. I dug into my backpack and pulled out a tattered notebook. Its corners bent and pages filled with messy handwriting. I know it looks stupid. Let me see, she said, taking it gently. Her eyes scanned the pages quickly, but I could see her eyebrows lifting. You actually did this? She asked, looking up at me. You wrote all this yourself? Yeah, I said, shrugging. It was just a dream, I guess. Mira smiled, but not in a casual way. It was different, like she could see something beneath my uncertainty. This isn't just a dream. This has real potential. I swallowed hard. Potential. I mean, it's old, untested, and I don't even have the money or experience to make it work. Experience can be learned. Money sometimes comes later. But the spark this is rare. Most people talk about ideas. They don't write them down, flesh them out, think through the details. I laughed bitterly. Well, I guess I've been talking to walls for years. No, she said firmly. You've been talking to yourself. And that's the start of everything. Look, I can't promise success, but I can promise guidance. If you're willing, I want you to come to my office tomorrow. Show me more. Let me see what you've got. I blinked. My office. Yes, she said. I want to see you actually try. If you're serious, I can give you mentorship, maybe a small starter grant to get things rolling, but only if you're ready to commit. I felt my chest tighten. I don't know. I'm not sure I'm ready for something like that. You're already ready, she said gently. You just don't know it yet. Come tomorrow. No excuses. Show me what you're capable of. I nodded slowly, a mix of hope and fear twisting in my stomach. Okay, I'll come. She handed me a card. Tomorrow, 10 a.m., and bring everything, your notebook, your laptop, anything that shows me what you can do. I don't care about polish. I care about heart and vision. You have something real. Don't waste it. I stared at the card in my hand, barely breathing. Don't waste it, I repeated, like a mantra. You won't, she said with a confident smile. Now go home, get some sleep, and prepare. Tomorrow, we start. I walked back to my apartment, rain still dripping from my hair, and for the first time in weeks, I felt something, a spark, a chance, something to hold on to. I whispered to myself, maybe this is it. Maybe this is the start of me. And for the first time in days, I didn't feel like giving up. I walked into Myra's incubator the next morning, feeling like a stranger in someone else's life. My notebook clutched to my chest. I scanned the room, trying not to look desperate. You must be the genius, she mentioned. A cheerful voice said. I looked up and saw a guy leaning against the table, messy hair, coffee-stained hoodie. Jonas, resident coder, and occasional disaster magnet. I chuckled nervously. I'm the guy who dreamed too much, apparently. Perfect, he said, grinning. We love dreamers, especially ones who cry over code at 2 a.m. That's my specialty, by the way. Before I could respond, another voice piped up, sharp and precise. And I'm Ria, designs my game. I make your ugly ideas look good, or at least, tolerable. I swallowed. I'm not sure I know how to work with a team anymore. I've been on my own for a long time. Jonas waved a hand. Relax. We'll drag you out of that shell. Step 1, coffee. Step 2, don't break the servers. Step 3, survive our endless sarcasm. Ria smirked. And try not to cry over bugs, like he said. I laughed, a little of the tension loosening. Okay, I'll try. We sat together at a long table cluttered with monitors, keyboards, and half-eaten sandwiches. Myra's words echoed in my mind. You have something real. Don't waste it. I'll start with the back end, I said quietly, opening my notebook. I think I know where to begin. Jonas leaned over my shoulder. Let me see. Oh man, this is messy. But not bad messy. Kind of like my code. Except slightly less tragic. I smiled. Thanks, I guess. Ria nudged my elbow. Don't just stare at it. Type something. Break it, fix it, learn. That's how it works. Hours passed. My fingers flew across the keyboard. Every bug, every crash, every failed login made my chest tighten, but I refused to stop. Each line of code felt like a heartbeat, a reminder that I was alive. Jonas nudged me again. You okay there? You're quiet. I hesitated. It's hard. I left everything behind. My job, my life. Ria leaned back. Good. That pain. Channel it. Build something better. Don't waste it. Her words hit me harder than I expected. Yeah, you're right. I need to push through it. Jonas laughed. That's the spirit. Also, warning, you will rage at your code. You will scream. You will threaten to throw your laptop. It's normal. I smiled, despite myself. Glad to know I'm not broken. We spent days like that. Late nights, cold coffee, endless debugging. I poured every ounce of heartbreak, every echo of Lena's betrayal, into my work. The pain was still there, but it had a purpose now. Damn it. I shouted one night as the screen froze again. Why won't this function work? Jonas grinned. Welcome back to life. I thought you said you wanted a challenge. Ria shook her head. You need a break. Step away before you throw the whole system out the window. I exhaled, leaning back. I feel like I need this, more than I've needed anything in months. Jonas smirked. Then keep going, heartbroken coder. Let the pain fuel you. Just don't break Myra's patience. Or mine. Ria laughed softly. You'll learn balance eventually, or you'll just crash again. Either way, it's progress. Weeks passed. Slowly, the software started working. Interfaces clicked. Logins held. Small businesses could actually use it. And each success felt like a tiny victory. Like someone telling me I wasn't worthless after all. One evening, Jonas leaned back and said, Look at you. Not dead yet, actually. Thriving, I chuckled, rubbing my tired eyes. Maybe I wasn't the problem. Maybe I just needed a chance. Ria smiled at me, the first real warmth I'd felt in weeks. See? Told you. Pain's only useful if you do something with it. You're doing something. I nodded, looking at the glowing monitors, the lines of code I had poured myself into. Yeah, I'm doing something. For the first time, it feels like maybe I can actually build my life again. Jonas grinned. And we'll be here, cheering, mocking, and saving you from your own meltdowns. I laughed, genuinely, for the first time in months. And for the first time in a long time, I believed it. I believed in myself. I couldn't believe my eyes when the first investor email came through. I stared at the screen like it was some kind of cruel joke. Jonas, are you seriously staring at that like it's a bomb? Ria asked, sipping her coffee. I think someone actually wants to give us money, I said. Voice barely above a whisper. Mira appeared behind us, looking over my shoulder. Let me see. I handed her my laptop, hands shaking. I don't know if I can handle this. She smiled. Yes, you can. You've built something real. Now you just need to walk through the doors people are opening for you. I shook my head. Walk through the doors. I'm terrified. Good, she said firmly. Being terrified means you care. Being terrified means you're about to grow. Jonas leaned in, grinning. Or it means we crash and burn spectacularly. Either way, it'll be fun. Ria rolled her eyes. You're hopeless. I laughed, my nerves easing slightly. Okay. I'll do it. I'll talk to the investor. Weeks blurred into meetings, presentations, and negotiations. Every time I sat in front of someone with money to offer, my heart pounded. Mira guided me, whispering advice in my ear. Remember, they invest in people as much as ideas. Show them your passion, your vision. Be honest. I tried. I stumbled over words sometimes. Jonas made jokes to lighten the mood. Rhea polished every slide to perfection. And somehow, it worked. People saw what I saw: the potential, the drive, the dream that had been locked in my notebook for so long. The day I signed my first major contract, I couldn't stop my hands from shaking. The pen felt heavier than it should. Calm down, Mira said gently. This is your moment. Own it. I looked at her, then at the contract, then at Jonas and Rhea. I can't believe this is happening, I said. It's happening, Jonas said, smirking. You're rich now. Try not to faint. Rhea laughed softly. Focus. Sign it. I took a deep breath and signed. My heart raced like it was going to explode. We did it, I whispered, more to myself than anyone else. Mira smiled. You did it. You earned this. Months passed. I upgraded my apartment, then upgraded again as our platform gained more attention. Travel became routine: flights, meetings, presentations. I was learning to trust myself again, to believe in my abilities. Remember when you were crying in your apartment, convinced everything was over? Eli said one night over the phone. I laughed, shaking my head. Seems like a lifetime ago. I knew you'd get here, he said. Karma always comes back around, buddy. Sometimes it's slow, but it comes. And man, you deserve this. Thanks, Eli, I said. I still feel hollow sometimes. I'm not healed yet, but I feel stronger. Maybe I can survive anything now. You're unstoppable, he said. Just don't forget to enjoy it. I smiled, looking out the window of my new apartment. Lights of the city twinkled like stars, and I felt a strange mix of pride and disbelief. I was finally living the life I had dreamed about when I scribbled in that old notebook. Jonas and Rhea were laughing in the other room over some silly coding mishap. Mira had just left after a long strategy meeting, and me. I sat back, sipping a coffee, thinking about everything I had gone through. Lena and Nathan, the months of heartbreak, the nights of doubt. Do you ever think she sees this? I asked quietly, half to myself. Myra had said it once, long ago, when I was unsure if I could even show my notebook to anyone. You have something real. Don't waste it. I smiled, realizing I hadn't wasted it. I had built something real. Something powerful. Something that couldn't be taken away. Not yet, I muttered, shaking my head. But maybe karma will have its fun eventually. I leaned back, closing my eyes for a moment, feeling the rush of accomplishment, the satisfaction of proving to myself that I was not the failure I had once believed. I was and for the first time in a long time, I allowed myself to imagine a future that was mine and mine alone. I ran into Sarah at the coffee shop downtown, one of Lena's old friends. I hadn't seen her in years, but she recognized me instantly. Wow. It's really you, she said, eyes wide. How are you? I'm good, I guess, I said, unsure why I felt tense. And you? She hesitated, then lowered her voice. Listen. I don't know if I should say this, but Lena's life isn't what it looks like online. I raised an eyebrow. What do you mean? She's struggling. Nathan isn't the perfect guy she made him out to be. He's controlling, cold, and he's cheating. I felt a strange mix of shock and satisfaction. Cheating? I asked quietly. Sarah nodded. Yeah. And she quit her job after a big fight with him. Now she's not doing well financially. People see the lifestyle on Instagram, but it's all smoke and mirrors. I stared at my coffee cup, swirling the dark liquid like I was stirring my thoughts. I didn't expect that. Sarah shrugged. I guess karma has its ways. Not that I'm saying you should celebrate it, but... You know? I smiled faintly, but it didn't reach my eyes. Yeah, I get it. So, how's your life? She asked cautiously. You look different, happier. I took a deep breath. It's good. Better than I imagined. I started my own company, built a platform I believed in. And it's working. Really working. Her eyes widened. That's amazing. I'm so proud of you. You really deserved it. I shrugged, hiding how much it meant to hear someone acknowledge my effort. Thanks, I guess I needed a chance. Later that week, I signed the papers for my new mansion. I didn't buy it to flaunt anything. I told myself I bought it for peace, for space to think, to breathe. The halls were empty, silent, and for the first time in a long time, I felt calm. Jonas called when I moved in. Wow, mansion, huh? Careful, you might start expecting a butler. I laughed. Maybe one day, for now. Just the quiet is enough. Ria poked her head in the doorway, smiling. It's beautiful. You've worked hard for this. Don't let anyone take that away from you. I nodded. I won't. It's mine. Finally. A week later, my phone buzzed. I didn't recognize the number at first, then saw Lena's name pop up. My chest tightened. Hey, I miss you, her message read. I stared at it, my fingers hovering over the keyboard. Memories of late nights, stolen smiles, promises, all mixed with the sharp sting of betrayal. I typed nothing. My heart was heavy, but cold. Not the cold of numbness, but the cold of clarity. Jonas noticed my silence. Who's texting you? You look like you just saw a ghost. I showed him. Lena, he whistled. The past creeping back. What are you going to do? I shook my head. Nothing. Not this time. I've built my life. I don't need her to validate it. Ria leaned against the counter. Good, you're better off without her. You've got something real now. Don't throw it away for nostalgia. I put the phone down, staring at the polished floors of my new home. I don't even feel anger, I said quietly. Just pity. And maybe a little satisfaction that she can't mess with me anymore. Sarah's words echoed in my mind. Lena's life isn't what it looks like. I felt a strange weight lift from my shoulders. The injustice I once carried was gone. She had her choices. I had mine. Jonas smirked. You're calm. To calm. I like it. I'm not calm, I said softly. I'm just done being the person who waits for someone else's mistakes to define me. Ria nodded. That's growth. That's strength. And you earned it. Remember that I walked to the window, looking out at the city lights below. Social media might still show Lena in lavish restaurants and fancy clothes, but I knew the truth. She was struggling. Nathan's charm had worn thin. She was facing consequences she had ignored when she left me. A part of me felt pity. A part of me felt justice. But mostly, I felt peace. I glanced back at my phone. Her message still stared up at me, waiting for a reply I would never send. I'm done, I whispered, completely done. For the first time in years, I didn't feel incomplete. I had my life, my work, my team, my mansion, and my own heart, whole enough to keep moving forward. It was late, quiet, and the mansion was almost too silent. I had just finished reviewing some investor reports when I heard a soft, trembling cry from outside the gate. My heart skipped. Who's there? I called, voice cautious but steady. The sobbing intensified. I rushed to the front, peering through the security cameras. My stomach dropped. Lena. Her hair was tangled, her face streaked with tears. She looked broken. Messy coat, trembling hands. The woman I once loved reduced to shivering at my gate. I opened the door, a crack. Lena, what are you doing here? She looked up at me, eyes red and desperate. I need to talk, please, just a few minutes. I didn't know where else to go. I stepped back. Talk, after everything. Her voice quivered. Nathan, he used me. Lied to me, threw me out. I have nowhere else to turn. Please, I just need you. I swallowed, the old warmth in my chest threatening to rise. But I steadied myself. You don't get to just show up and expect me to forget. She took a hesitant step forward. I was blind, okay. I didn't see what I had. I regret everything. I miss the old you. I miss us. I shook my head, my voice sharper than I intended. You broke me, Lena. Do you know what that does to someone? Do you know what it feels like to love someone, trust them, and be discarded like trash? Tears poured freely down her cheeks. I know I hurt you. I'm sorry. I was stupid, selfish. I didn't understand. But I do now. I miss you. I need you. I clenched my fists. I loved you. I loved you with everything I had. And you left me. You chose money, ambition, and a man who never cared about you the way I did. You don't get a do-over. Her voice cracked. Please, I'm begging you. Just talk to me. Just listen. You don't know how hard this is for me. I shook my head again. You think this is hard for you? Try being me. Try watching the person you trusted most walk away for someone who didn't even deserve them. Try feeling like your heart is ripped out and replaced with nothing. She reached for my hand. I stepped back. Don't. Lena fell to her knees, her sobs louder, more desperate. I see it now. I see what I threw away. I can't live without you. You can't live without me. I said, voice low, heavy. I can't save you, Lena. I can't fix what you broke. I'm not the same man you left behind. I've grown. I've fought. I've built a life without you, and I'm better off. Her knees hit the cold driveway. I don't understand. Please, I know I hurt you. You didn't just hurt me, I said firmly, my chest tight. You shattered me. And for what? For a lie. For a man who doesn't even care. And now, you expect me to welcome you back? She shook her head violently. No, I want a chance. Please, I'll do anything. I felt the old urge, the pull of memories, but I fought it back. I can't. Not this time. I won't be the man who lets you back in after what you did. You made your choices, Lena, and now you have to live with them. Her sobs became uncontrollable. She buried her face in her hands, rocking slightly on the driveway. The security team arrived quietly, surrounding her. Ma'am, we need to escort you away, one said gently. No. I need him. He has to. I stepped aside. I can't help you, Lena, not anymore. Her eyes met mine one last time, pleading, devastated. Then, they fell to the ground. The guards guided her away, her body trembling, her cries echoing in the night. I closed the door behind them, my hands shaking as I gripped the frame. My chest felt heavy, as if the weight of every betrayal, every heartbreak, and every tear I'd cried had accumulated in that moment. I sank into the nearest chair, letting out a long shaky breath. And yet, beneath the exhaustion, beneath the rage and sadness, there was something else, a strange, unfamiliar peace. I had faced the ghost of my past. I had seen her misery, her regret. And I had survived it. I whispered to myself, voice rough and quiet. I'm free now. Completely free. The night was silent again. The mansion calm. The city lights, distant but steady. For the first time in years, I felt like I could breathe. Like I could finally move forward without looking back. And I knew, deep down, that no one could take this life I'd rebuilt. Not her, not anyone. I let my head fall back against the chair, hands still trembling. The storm of the past had passed. The doors were closed, and I was ready to live. I kept replaying the scene over and over in my mind. Lena on her knees, crying, reaching for me, and me stepping back. Anger, pity, relief, sadness, all tangled together in a mess. I couldn't sort out at first. I called Eli the next morning. I can't stop thinking about it, I admitted. Her face, begging. I don't know why it affects me so much. Eli's voice was steady, calm. Because it was part of your life, part of your story. But listen, you didn't win by getting rich. You won by healing. That's the real victory. I laughed bitterly. Healing doesn't feel like winning. It feels empty sometimes. He chuckled. Empty feels like a start. Pain clears space for growth. You're not supposed to feel victorious yet. You're supposed to feel human. Later, I met Mira at the office. She looked up from a stack of project files, eyebrows raised. You look like you've been carrying a storm in your chest, she said softly. I have, I admitted. I thought I'd be relieved after everything. But I'm not sure. Mira nodded. The pain you felt, the heartbreak, the betrayal, it shaped you. Every setback, every night you spent wondering if you were enough, led you to this moment. That storm isn't your enemy. It's your teacher. I sank into my chair, fingers drumming nervously on the desk. I thought letting go meant forgetting her. I can't forget her. You don't need to, Mira said. You just need to let go of the hold she has on you. Your life isn't hers anymore. It's yours. Every choice you make from here on is about you. Eli joined us later, grinning like he always did when he knew he was about to drop truth bombs. You know what you're doing wrong? He asked. I shook my head. You're still thinking about her. Still measuring your life against the pain she caused. Stop. You built something real. You fought through everything she threw at you. That's strength. Not money. Not revenge. Strength. I took a deep breath, letting their words sink in. Slowly, the anger softened. Slowly, the ache dulled. Slowly, I realized. The storm was passing. That night, I sat alone in my office, the city lights glimmering faintly through the windows. Silence stretched around me. No messages, no knock at the door, no reminders of the past. Just me, my thoughts, and the quiet hum of the night. I closed my eyes and whispered to myself, forgive me, not her. Not Lena. I didn't forgive her, and I didn't need to. She had made her choices. Her path was hers alone. But I forgave me for trusting, for loving, for hurting. For surviving. I leaned back in my chair, letting my head rest against the leather. My chest felt lighter, unburdened. My hands no longer trembled. My mind no longer raced with what-ifs. You're finally free, I said aloud. Though no one was there to hear me, I thought about everything I had endured, being abandoned. The late nights of coding alone, the endless fear, the heartbreak. And now, I was still standing, stronger, wiser. Whole. Eli was right. Healing had been the victory. Every setback, every betrayal, every moment of despair had been part of building this new me. A man who didn't need someone else's approval to feel complete. A man who could look at the past without being pulled back into it. I opened the window slightly, letting the cool night air brush my face. The quiet hum of the city below felt comforting, not overwhelming. I let my thoughts drift, not clinging to what was lost, not reaching for what could have been. I am enough, I whispered. I am whole. The room felt lighter, the night calmer, and a small, genuine smile appeared on my face. I had made it through the storm, and I had come out the other side. I realized, finally, that real strength isn't revenge. Real strength isn't wealth or status or proving someone wrong. Real strength is moving forward without looking back, holding your head high even when your heart has been broken, and being proud of the man you have become. And in that quiet night, looking at the city lights and feeling the life I had built, I knew I was finally ready to live. I woke up to sunlight spilling into my office. The quiet hum of the city below reminding me that life goes on, no matter what storms we survive. Jonas leaned back in his chair, grinning. Morning, genius. Ready to break the internet today? I chuckled, rubbing my eyes. Depends. You think our code is ready to survive another week of your experiments? He laughed. Maybe, or maybe we finally crash it in style. Either way, it's progress. Ria walked in, coffee in hand, eyes sharp as always. Don't break anything important this time. Myra will kill us if our platform goes down. I smiled. We've got it. I've learned the hard way. No shortcuts, no stupid risks. Just steady work. Later, Mira popped her head in. Good morning, everyone. How's my favorite team? Thriving, I said. Thanks to you, she smiled softly. You don't need me anymore, you know. You've built something incredible on your own. I shook my head. Not entirely. You taught me to see my worth when I couldn't see it myself. That's not something I could have done alone. The phone buzzed in my pocket. I checked it without thinking. Lena. Again, I stared at her name, then swallowed hard and blocked it. Not out of hatred, not out of revenge, out of closure. I had grown beyond needing her approval, beyond needing her in my life. Eli called shortly after. "You okay, man?" "Yeah," I said. "I'm more than okay. I'm, finally, at peace. And honestly, I think she needs to stay out of my life for that peace to last." He laughed. "Good, you've earned it. You didn't just survive. You built a life worth living. And it's yours, completely." I leaned back in my chair, looking out at the city skyline. The office felt calm, filled with the quiet buzz of productivity rather than tension. I had friends who supported me, mentors who believed in me, and a company that reflected my hard work and honesty. Jonas nudged me. "Hey, you're zoning out. Planning your next world domination speech." I laughed. "Something like that, just thinking about how far we've come." "How far I've come," Rhea smirked. "You mean how many nights you spent crying into your coffee before you finally realized you're unstoppable?" I shook my head, smiling. "Yeah, that. And realizing that losing someone doesn't define your story. It shapes it. It teaches you who you really are." Myra stopped by one last time that day. "You know, I'm proud of you. Not for the money, or the success, or the mansion, but for finding yourself through it all. That's real strength." I nodded, my chest swelling with a quiet pride. It wasn't easy, and I still have scars. But they remind me of the journey, not the pain. They remind me why I keep building, why I keep moving forward. Jonas and Rhea gathered around, joking about bugs and updates, while I watched, feeling a rare, steady calm. The betrayal that once destroyed me had become the reason I rebuilt myself. I whispered to myself, softly, almost reverently, I thought losing her was the end of my story. But it was only the start of finding myself. And in that moment, with laughter echoing in the office and the city stretching endlessly outside my window, I finally believed it. I didn't need anyone else's approval. I didn't need revenge. I only needed to choose my own path, embrace my own worth, and build a future that belonged to me. And that's exactly what I was going to do.